There was an Alsatian sitting with me the other morning over on Splash Point, and he sat looking at Bateman's as the moon was going down and the sun was coming up this side, and I sort of stood behind him and I thought, talk about share a moment with a friend, you know what I mean? It was really good. Yeah, this is getting better all the time.
This was done, I suppose, like, I think it was during university, during one sort of summer vacation where I just wanted to really draw a picture of my parents, and I hadn't really done art for a while, so I was a little bit out of practice. But okay, so that's the photo. That's what I was working from, and then that's my parents. I don't think it's my finest piece of work. It was actually quite challenging to do, but yeah, that's the drawing that I've got of them. I know this is weird, but oh my god, you get so much an endorphin hit when you like cuddle your pets. It's great. Like weak.
Have you drawn him yet?
Well, like a tiny section of him. So no, not really, but it's my intention at some point. Oh.
Hello, you alright? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Glorious sky for the reflection, I must admit. That light is giving light down there. See the blue of it, it's unreal really. With me, I'm really looking for those clouds sitting in that water, and just to give it, I love a picture that I can turn around, if you like. You know, I'd love reflection that you can just virtually turn upside down and it looks virtually exactly the same. But it's the light that attracts you, doesn't it really? The blue in there, along with the white of those top of those clouds, the clouds in there look fluffier than they do in the sky. When I was lorry driving many years ago, I used to do the continent, and I used to do Sweden. I did Italy. I have some lovely pictures from Italy, but then it was a Kodak, if you know what I mean, back in my day, because I'm getting on a bit now. I'm talking about early 70s I was lorry driving. And I toured around Italy, Spain, Portugal, France, Belgium, Germany, Holland. And I did Sweden for 2 years. That was nice. I'd like to go and do the Taj Mahal, to be honest, because that would be my reflection premise, wouldn't it, really? Yeah, I'd like to go there. I'd like to go to India, actually, to do it. Would be very enjoyable. But, saying that, there are so many nice places in the world as to where you want to go. Yeah. But I love Brighton Sea, anyway.
A 33-year-old government economist. That's my, I suppose, main career. And then within my spare time, I have a side hustle as an artist. It's more of a outlet and creative pursuit at the moment, but I'm hoping that I can maybe commercialise that love of art at some point. I'm also a tutor for Japanese and maths as well in my spare time. But yeah, that's me. I'm a creative economist living in the heart of Essex and Colchester. It's one of my submissions for the Portrait Artist of the Year television program, which airs each year. So this is one of my pieces. I've already started working on a self-portrait, but this is a portrait of my friend, who I am rendering in pencil. To be honest with you, I'm actually not a massive fan of pencil drawings. I find it a little bit dull and tedious, but I do actually think my drawing and rendering capabilities are pretty good. Um, and this is really meant to show off my kind of like skill in the competition, hence why I'm drawing it. So it's a funny pose of her just like acting like a scary monster, whilst also wearing like a quite smart red dress. So it's got like elements of contrast involved. It's a fairly complex pose actually. It's not the easiest thing to draw, but it's about displaying challenge and ability when it comes to applying for these types of competitions. I was really badly bullied for my sexuality as well. I was bullied both in school and in work. And I'm just so grateful that we live in like an age now where, you know, no one's gonna laugh at me if I tell them I have a male partner, or like no one gives a shit that much. Like, sorry if I'm not allowed to be open about using that kind of language, but you know, people don't care as much. Well, I was already an ethnic minority. Then I realised I was queer. Okay, I'm also, I would say I'm fairly bright as well. Those sort of elements that alienate me from the norm. You know, I'm now learning my fifth language outside English. So I know 4 languages to at least A-level standard. No, 3 languages up to A-level standard, plus I'm learning my 5th one at the moment.
Listen. Glorious, isn't it? Glorious. It's like with this really, you've got to be patient with it because what you've got, about 16, 17 mile an hour winds at the moment, something like that. But when you want to take a photograph here in the morning, if I come out and it's gloriously blue, and then all these little boats are sitting nice, and you take the photo, because you've got to do it over like 20 seconds, and all of a sudden the middle boat moves, you've lost the whole picture. It's just, you've got to be patient.
What I realise I'm very good at is mimicking and copying what I see, and I render it quite well in terms of what it looks like and how lifelike it is. What I did as a result was I always follow artists on Instagram, and there's this very well known, very, very talented skilled artist called Miriam Escofet. She's from Spain. And I looked at her portfolio and I saw this painting she did of Lorenzo, which is, I think, the child of a family friend. And I thought, I really like that, you know, I really like how it's painted. I want to emulate the skill and the ability here. So I decided to do my own version of Lorenzo. And I was just really pleased with how that turned out. I'm really fascinated by people. I think, you know, I see myself as a very, very complex person, but has that got anything to do with my portraits or why I decided to get into portraiture? No, it has nothing to do with that, to be honest. The reason why I really enjoy doing portraits is because of, I suppose it's the complexity of faces, it's the uniqueness of everyone's face, and the fact that I like rendering someone's image on paper. But you know, like what I render on paper, and you know, I think most times it does represent that person realistically. I'm a realist artist. It's got nothing to do necessarily with their personality, but it's looking at a piece of work in a very mathematical, scientific way, and you know, for me, the achievement comes from, and the satisfaction comes from, you know, drawing very realistically in a very sort of, yeah, that scientific mathematical sense. Nothing to do with persona. Nothing, like my portrait's no reflection on me as a person. It's about quite hard, artistic kind of like logic, proportions, and shape. To be fair. I'm really happy with like you know, because I've never bought a pet before. I've never had a pet before, and I decided I really want a dog. Found him in his litter that he was born into available for purchase, and when I thought, yeah, definitely want him. It's just that I really like his colour.
according to that, it should come up right along the key. So you never know. See, there is a bit of colour there at the moment, but... Oh, there's the sun. No, it's not the sun. Let's have a look. It might just, yeah, look, you see the beams coming from the top? You can just see the light beams coming up there. Yes, indeed. It's weird, that's right behind that middle cloud. You can see it right in the middle. I try to get like a peace in my photos. Like the early morning ones where it's so calm and tranquil, if you like. It's just a peaceful feeling out of a photo, you know? Something that, yeah. I get a few people that like just the stillness of the photo. I like symmetrical. I'm a bit OCD with the symmetrical side of things. It's got to line up, level up, and I like I don't know, a minimalistic photo sometimes. I got one here the other morning with just the boat, hence my. And people say, "Where'd you get the boat?" Well, there's the boat. Look, with the torch. It's like when it's painting with light, isn't it? You just put your torch on the boat when it's pitch black. Take a nice photo of the scene and the boat just stands out. It's like this morning I've got that George flag up there on the top of that boat, that smack. I've got the silhouette of those 5 masts there going into the water and out, and I'm having my torch beamed onto the George flag, so all you can see is the silhouettes of the boats, and sticking out in the middle is the George flag. And it's just something like that that's slightly different, isn't it? There you go, look at that. Glorious. There she comes. Ready for the day. You're occasionally quite lucky and you get yourself a nice few birds flying across it. Like that one. Sweet. Come back to me.
That was my submission to Portrait Artist of the Year. That's another version of me, and I'm pleased with it, but I think it was a little bit rushed towards the end. And I don't know whether I've been awarded a place on the programme yet or not, but here's hoping. So yeah, that is one of my other many self-portraits that I've done.
Sort of a, well, what does it say really? It's sort of puts your personality forward a bit, doesn't it? In a sense, of the things you like as a person. It makes me feel calm. It makes me feel happy that I've captured that photo to let someone else see it and share it. As a person, I don't really know. Hopefully it puts forward a good side, if you like. But no, I just love it. It's freedom, exercise, calm, and a well-being, I think, of being able to see that. I mean, who in their right mind doesn't want to see that? It's glorious, isn't it? We got the wildlife sitting up there just watching us while we're watching them. Sun lovely across the water there, and as it's moment in time, it's getting calmer, isn't it? The wind's dropped. Look, it's just getting a lovely view across there. Trouble is, every time you look in the sun, it takes you 5 minutes to find your eyesight again, doesn't it? How bad's that? I mean, look. So nice. I love it. What can I say? I think that says it all. For me. Yeah. I'll live with that. I mean, just stop and listen. Look, a couple of birds. That's it, isn't it? You should be able to can that and give it to somebody, shouldn't you? You know, just sort of put it in a box and say, there you are, I hope that makes you happy. I could just stand here and look at it. Glorious. But I feel breakfast calling. Yeah. Right, you, me and the sun makes three, isn't it? And 3 birds. 5, no, 4, 5.